Miss Minaj, I can say some about you. Watch your ass, Nicki Minaj, with your little minions and Don't forget you spent time in Philly. Lots of time in Philly. That's my city. I got that I'll bring onto my page and I'll go live with them on Instagram about your misdealings and your misdeeds in Philadelphia. Cause you thought you was the queen of everything. You came to Philly, yo. And right now you sniffing idiot. I ain't the one. And you don't want the work I got for you.
Y'all, something about this live didn't feel normal. No glam, no filters, no industry smile. Just Jaguar Wright, staring straight into the camera like she wasn't about to gossip, but about to detonate a bomb. The comments were flying, thousands watching, hearts racing, and then the room shifted. Because this wasn't tea, this wasn't drama. This felt like a warning, like somebody who knew too much and finally stopped being scared. Her face didn't move. No laughter, no jokes, no performance, just cold silence. And then she said one name, Nicki Minaj. And suddenly, the entire vibe turned dark. Not shade, not petty talk, not industry rumors. No, this sounded personal, dangerous, calculated. Jaguar didn't speak like a hater. She spoke like a whistleblower, like somebody pulling the curtain back on something ugly. Y'all calling her the queen, she said. But the queen you loved? She gone. Gone. Not evolving. Not changing. Gone. Replaced by politics, by power rooms, by people who don't even respect her. And that's when Jaguar dropped the line that froze the entire chat. This ain't confusion. This ain't sarcasm. This is full MAGA. Boom. The comments exploded. Say it ain't so. She sold out. She sold her soul. Because this wasn't just about music anymore. This wasn't rap beef. This wasn't celebrity mess. This was betrayal. Culture betrayal. Fan betrayal. Identity betrayal. And Jaguar wasn't asking questions. She was accusing. Flat out. Like she had receipts ready. Like she'd been waiting for this moment. And the scariest part? She said this was only the beginning. And what she knew about Nicki could ruin everything. Forever.
I'ma teach them how to be petty. Don't forget you spent time in Philly. Lots of time in Philly. That's my city. I got that I'll bring onto my page and I'll go live with them on Instagram about your misdealings and your misdeeds in Philadelphia. Cause you thought you was the queen of everything. You came to Philly, yo.
The live didn't calm down after that first bombshell. It got worse. Way worse. Because once Jaguar said full MAGA, the entire chat stopped joking. This wasn't stan culture anymore. This wasn't fan wars. This felt like a funeral. A cultural funeral. You could literally see it happening in real time. People weren't defending Nicki. They weren't arguing. They were quiet. Confused. Almost heartbroken. Because for over a decade, Nicki Minaj wasn't just a rapper. She was a symbol. For outsiders. For women. For Black culture. For the LGBT community. She was the loud one. The fearless one. The one who said, I don't need validation. And now, according to Jaguar, that same woman was smiling next to people who historically stood against everything she once represented. And that's where the betrayal hits different. Because scandals are normal in Hollywood. Cheating? Normal. Beef? Normal. Drama? Normal. But selling out your own culture? That's different. That's personal. Jaguar wasn't yelling. She wasn't gossiping. She wasn't being messy. That's what made it scarier. She sounded calm. Too calm. Like somebody who had already accepted an ugly truth. She leaned closer to the camera and said something that made thousands of viewers uncomfortable. This ain't growth. This ain't evolution. This is abandonment. Abandonment. Of the very fans who built her. Of the very community that protected her. Of the same people who defended her every controversy for years. And Jaguar kept repeating one thing. This is a pattern. Not a tweet. Not a mistake. Not sarcasm. A pattern. Nicki drifting further from culture. Closer to power rooms. Closer to politicians. Closer to people who don't even play her music. And that's when Jaguar dropped the first cold comparison. She said celebrities think they're entering elite spaces. But really? They're just becoming props. Trophies. Optics. A headline. Look, Jaguar implied, even Nicki Minaj is on our side. Not respect. Not power. Just usefulness. Disposable usefulness. Today you're valuable. Tomorrow you're replaceable. That's how those rooms work. And Jaguar made it clear. Nicki wasn't being embraced. She was being used. And the chat? It flipped. Comments started flooding in. She changed. She not the same. Career suicide. She sold her soul. But then Jaguar's tone got darker. personal, less political, more dangerous. She stopped talking about MAGA, stopped talking about Trump, and started talking about character. She said maybe the signs were always there. Maybe we just ignored them. Maybe the problem didn't start with politics. Maybe politics just exposed who she already was. Then Jaguar paused, looked straight into the camera, and said something brutal.
I think y'all perfect for each other. Please, y'all two demons, be together so you don't nobody else's life. But don't inflict us with it.
The chat froze. Demons. Not rivals. Not celebrities. Demons. That's not shade. That's condemnation. And notice what she said next. Don't inflict us with it. Meaning, whatever Nicki is choosing, Jaguar believes it's hurting other people, not just her brand. Other people's lives. That's when the live stopped feeling like a political rant and started feeling like a warning. Like Jaguar wasn't exposing tea. She was sounding an alarm. Because now she wasn't talking about ideologies. She was talking about victims. Real people. Real damage. Real consequences. And suddenly the story got heavier. Because betrayal hits harder when it stops being theoretical. When it stops being tweets and starts being humans. Jaguar implied that fame can protect monsters. Money can silence truths. And power? Power can make people forget who they used to be. And in her eyes, Nicki wasn't protecting the culture anymore. She was protecting herself. At any cost. Even if it meant standing beside things she once criticized. Even if it meant fans walking away. Even if it meant her own legacy burning down. And that's when Jaguar delivered the line that felt less like commentary. And more like a threat. A promise. A warning shot.
Stop victims before you become one, because I promise you, I got that.
Heavyweight. Not gossip. Not rumors. Heavyweight. Receipts. Stories. Truths. And when she said that, the live chat went silent. Because that didn't sound like clout chasing. That sounded like someone holding files. Like someone who knows things they haven't said yet. And that's when you realize, this wasn't just about politics anymore. This wasn't just about MAGA. This wasn't even about Nicki's image. This was about something deeper. Something darker. Something Jaguar clearly isn't done revealing. Then whatever comes next might be the part the industry really doesn't want you to hear. The live didn't slow down. It shifted. And you could feel it. Part 1 was about betrayal. Politics, image, reputation. But now, Jaguar wasn't talking about ideology anymore. She stopped saying MAGA, stopped saying fans, stopped saying culture, because suddenly, this wasn't about public opinion. This was about something much darker. Something that doesn't trend. Something that doesn't go viral for fun. Something that follows you forever. Your past. Because here's the uncomfortable truth nobody likes to admit about fame. You can rebrand your music. You can rebrand your look. You can rebrand your politics. But you can't rebrand history. And Jaguar knew exactly where to aim. She leaned back, looked straight into the lens, and said Nicki's real problem isn't who she's supporting now. It's who she chose to protect. And that's when the name dropped. Not Trump. Not politics. Not the industry. Kenneth Petty. Her husband. And the energy changed instantly. The comments slowed down. People stopped typing jokes. Because this topic? This isn't Stan Twitter drama. This is legal records. Court documents. Real victims. Real consequences. Jaguar didn't scream. She didn't exaggerate. She spoke carefully, almost clinically, like someone laying out evidence on a table. She said she wasn't attacking Nicki for love. She wasn't attacking her for marriage. She was attacking what came with it. The baggage, the history, the registry. Because according to Jaguar, this isn't just a messy past. This is something documented, something permanent. And she made one thing clear. When you marry someone's history, you inherit it too. That line hit hard. Because it reframes everything. Suddenly, this isn't. Nicki stands by her man. It becomes. Nicki chose to align with something controversial, knowingly. And Jaguar claims that choice didn't just affect headlines. It affected a real woman. A real life. Someone who thought their trauma was finally over. Until fame dragged it back into the light. And right here, Jaguar decides to explain exactly why she's even speaking on this. Not as gossip. Not as shade. But as advocacy. And this is where she lays out her reasoning directly.
Started advocating for Jennifer Huff, Kenneth Petty's victim. Kenneth Petty being Nicki Minaj's husband. Now, I'm wrangled up in that advocacy. I advocate for Jennifer Huff. Part of the reason why I advocate for Jennifer Huff is because it disgusts me what has happened to her life. See, when she was 16 years old, she was unfortunate enough to be by knife point and cut by Kenneth Petty, who was also 16. She was threatened. She was bullied. In the end, he said F the trial and he copped. He copped a plea, attempted, but it landed him on this.
That word echoes. Life. Not temporary. Not mistake. Life. And Jaguar's point isn't subtle. She's saying, this isn't rumor. This isn't blogs. This isn't haters. This is documented. Which makes the situation heavier. Because now the conversation shifts from celebrity gossip to moral responsibility. Jaguar argues that once you reach Nicki's level of power, every decision affects other people. Who you platform, who you defend, who you protect. It sends a message. And according to her, the message being sent right now isn't empowerment. It's intimidation. And this is where the live starts feeling uncomfortable to watch. Because Jaguar isn't just criticizing Nicki. She's questioning her judgment, her character, her priorities. She basically implies, how do you preach women empowerment while standing beside a situation another woman is still traumatized by? That contradiction? It's hard to ignore. And Jaguar keeps pressing. She says, imagine rebuilding your life. Moving on. Starting fresh. Only to wake up one day and see your past splashed across blogs again. Because someone famous brought it back. Now strangers know your story. Your kids hear about it. People approach your family. Threats start coming. Not because you did anything, but because fame attached your trauma to headlines again. And Jaguar says that's exactly what happened. She claims the victim wasn't chasing attention, wasn't doing interviews, wasn't trying to relive anything. She was just living her life. Quietly. Until Nicki's marriage dragged her name back into the spotlight. And that's when Jaguar's voice softens. Not angry. Not loud. Just disappointed. And she explains what bothers her most. Not the marriage. Not the loyalty. But what allegedly happened after. Because according to Jaguar, the victim didn't just get attention. She got pressure. Fear. Intimidation. Which makes the story darker than people realize. And she spells it out here.
This woman made it through this, moved on with her life, and then the next thing she know, her name is all over the blogs. She didn't even know. Somebody approached her daughter. Then her family started getting again by their quote-unquote alleged gang ties and friends. She was literally
sideswiped by fame. That phrase hurts because it flips the narrative. Fame isn't glamorous here. It's destructive. Collateral damage. And Jaguar's whole argument becomes clear. When celebrities make moves, regular people pay the price. And in her eyes, Nicki didn't just change politically. She changed morally. She stopped protecting the vulnerable and started protecting her circle at any cost. Even if it meant someone else reliving trauma. Even if it meant fans questioning her integrity. Even if it meant burning the queen image forever. Because Jaguar isn't saying Nicki is confused. She's saying Nicki knows exactly what she's doing. And that's what makes it scary. Calculated choices. Not accidents. Not misunderstandings. Choices. And right as the live reaches this heavy silence, Jaguar leans forward again. Like she's about to say something worse. Like this isn't even the deepest part yet. Because if politics was shocking, and this personal history is disturbing, then what she hints at next might be the part that truly collapses everything. And that's when she mentions something chilling. Recordings. Private rooms. Industry secrets. Things people don't want exposed. And suddenly, you realize this story isn't just about the past anymore. It might be about what's still hidden. And what Jaguar claims she hasn't said, yet. By this point, the live didn't feel like a live stream anymore. It felt like evidence. Like somebody accidentally left a mic on. And we were hearing things we were never supposed to hear. Because Jaguar wasn't emotional anymore. She wasn't angry. She wasn't ranting. And that's what made it worse. She got calm. Cold. Clinical. Like someone who already accepted the consequences of what they were about to say. And if you've ever watched real whistleblowers talk, you know that tone. It's not dramatic. It's not loud. It's quiet. Certain. Dangerous. Because loud people gossip. Quiet people expose. And Jaguar suddenly started talking less about the past. And more about the present. About rooms. Private rooms. Closed doors. Industry meetings. Places where cameras don't go. Where phones get put face down. Where deals get made. Where loyalty gets tested. Because according to her, Nicki's transformation didn't just happen online. It didn't start with tweets. It didn't start with politics. It started behind the scenes. With the people she chose to sit next to. And Jaguar makes something very clear. When celebrities change this drastically, it's never random. It's never accidental. It's influence, pressure, or protection. sometimes all three. She hints that Nicki didn't just switch sides. She integrated into a completely different circle. A circle most artists never even get access to. Power brokers, political players, money movers. And Jaguar suggests something unsettling. Those rooms don't respect artists. They use them. A rapper isn't a voice. She's leverage. She's optics. She's a headline. Look who supports us now. And suddenly everything starts making sense. Why the messaging changed. Why the tone changed. Why the attitude toward fans changed. Why the distance grew. Because when you sit at certain tables, you don't represent the people anymore. You represent the machine. And Jaguar says that's exactly what happened. Nicki didn't rise higher. She got absorbed. And then, Jaguar drops something that feels less like commentary and more like a threat. She says the industry records everything. Everything. Conversations. Calls. Private moments. Nothing stays private at that level. Nothing. Which means if something ugly happened, if something shady happened, if something manipulative happened, there's proof somewhere. And Jaguar implies she's heard some of it, seen some of it, enough to know the story being sold publicly isn't the real one. Because now she brings up leaks, old audio, whispers about who records who sets who up, who waits months, sometimes years, to drop something at the perfect time. And this is where it gets chilling. Because Jaguar claims not everything that leaks is accidental. Some leaks are weapons. Calculated. Timed. Strategic. Careers don't collapse randomly. They get pushed. And then she references something very specific. Something she believes proves how calculated this industry really is.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was real. Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh, man.
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy, but now that Diddy.
Waiting. That word hits different. Not reacting. Waiting. Planning. Saving something for later. And Jaguar's implication is clear. In this industry, people don't just fight. They collect ammo. They archive secrets. They hold receipts. Until the perfect moment. Which makes everything feel less organic. Less emotional. More tactical. And if that's true, then nothing we see publicly is spontaneous. It's chess. Not checkers. Moves. Counters. Setups. And Jaguar suggests Nicki isn't just caught in drama. She might be playing the same game. Which means this isn't a meltdown. It's strategy. But here's the twist. Strategies backfire. And Jaguar basically warns. You can manipulate narratives for a while. But eventually truth leaks out. Always. And when it does, it doesn't chip away slowly. It crashes all at once. She looks straight into the camera again. Long pause. Like she's deciding how far she wants to go. And then says something that sounds less like shade. And more like a countdown. She says people think fame protects you. But fame actually makes you fragile. Because when you fall, you don't fall quietly. You fall publicly. Trending. Clipped. Memed. Analyzed. Forever. And according to Jaguar, Nicki's not being attacked. She's collapsing under her own choices. Alienating fans. Questioning loyalty. Controversy stacking on controversy. Politics. Victims. Industry whispers. Secrets. It's not one scandal. It's layers. And when layers pile up, one spark sets everything on fire. Which is why Jaguar ends the live not yelling, not insulting, but warning. She says stop thinking you're untouchable. Stop thinking power rooms love you. Stop thinking fans will ignore everything forever. Because history shows something very simple. The same machine that lifts you up is the same one that replaces you tomorrow. And when that day comes, nobody saves you. Not the politicians. Not the executives. Not the rooms you thought respected you. Only the fans. And if you already pushed them away, there's nobody left. The screen glitches for a second. Chat moving too fast to read. People typing. This is crazy. She's exposing everything. This feels bigger than rap. Nicki done. And then, Jaguar goes quiet. No dramatic exit. No goodbye. Just silence. Then the live cuts. Black screen. But the internet? Explodes. Clips everywhere. Headlines. Debates. Think pieces. Nicki trending. Not for music. Not for charts. For controversy. For politics. For secrets. For betrayal. And one question spreading faster than anything else. Did she really sell her soul? Or is this the beginning of the biggest fall we've ever watched in real time? And just like that, the live went black. No goodbye.no smile.no thanks for watching. Just silence. The kind of silence that feels heavy. Like something just broke and everybody heard it at the same time. Because this wasn't entertainment anymore. This wasn't rap beef. This wasn't celebrity gossip you laugh at and scroll past. This felt like watching an empire crack in real time. A woman people once called untouchable, suddenly looking very human, very exposed, very alone. For years, Nicki Minaj wasn't just an artist. She was a symbol, a voice, a shield for millions of fans who saw themselves in her strength. And now, according to Jaguar's claims, that same icon might have traded loyalty for power, culture for politics, fans for rooms that don't even respect her. That's not evolution. That's betrayal. And betrayal hits different, because scandals fade. But betrayal? People remember that forever. If even half of what Jaguar hinted at is true, the secrets, the victims, the industry games, the private recordings, then this isn't just controversy. This is collapse. Slow, public, unforgiving. The kind you don't come back from. Because the internet doesn't forgive. It archives. And once your own supporters start asking questions, once the trust cracks, once the narrative turns, there's no PR team in the world that can glue that back together. So now the real question isn't, is Nicki trending? She is. But not for music. Not for greatness. For doubt. For suspicion. For something darker. Did she really sell her soul for relevance? Or are we watching the fall of a queen who forgot who put her on the throne? Sound off below. Come back. Or complete collapse.